My next step, I like 10K. Yeah, maybe champion, I can do 10K.
Well, excited to watch some good SEC battles then with you and Parker and the rest of your teammates. So congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, we are live and underway with the men's 5,000 meters. This is the hot heat, Kevin.
Yeah, we've got some tremendous storylines and some potential breakthrough performances here. I'm keeping an eye on a couple of people here. Obviously, Habtom Samuel, 26:53 at the 10. One of the all-time collegiate performances in any event in track and field. Gets that Olympic standard, the Eritrean national record holder. I'm keeping an eye on Bastien Augusto, who's a 3:34 1500 meter man. He ran 28:40 at the 10, but that 3:34 is very interesting. You see rabbiting duties out front. Our pace is nice and hot early.
And again, when you talked about Samuel from New Mexico, scheduled to double up. He's running the 5 tonight, back into 1500 tomorrow. That will really help the closing laps in that 6.2 mile race, 10,000 meters, which is just turned into a really drag race in many of these high octane races.
And while we're talking about our finishers, Phil, part of the reason that you and I are here is because we're track fans, and we get a chance to watch Nico Young run again. So one of our rabbits here. So Nico running in second. I would love it if he was one of our finishers, as he's at 136. But Nico in the field here, and I just cannot be more impressed with anything that I've seen this year. The way that he did the NCAAs, and I was at the 10, able to witness that race. And the guy is a championship. He's a championship finisher now. So I've watched him a number of times. I watched him win a high school championship at 3,200 meters. And here he is again. My pleasure to be able to watch him take this thing out in 2:08.
And the speed tonight, he went 148 flat in the 800 with a runner falling in front of him where he definitely lost a couple tenths. Thankfully did not go down himself. But Nico Young helping push the pace along in the 5,000 tonight at the Bryan Clay Invitational. Day number 2 of 3. We'll be back tomorrow morning with our final roster full of races, some open division 5Ks kicking things off at 7:30 Pacific time. Opening kilometer in 2:38.
So I'm watching this thing line up here, and again, the focus is on the collegiates, where you've got Samuel running in third. I'm assuming that he is our first finisher, and the momentum coming off the 10 should be monstrous for him. So Musau from Oklahoma State sitting in fourth, and then the duo from Alabama just behind there. So we've got this thing lined up well. We're at 3:12 at 1,200.
And they were, again, at just under 13:20 pace through the opening kilo.
So not on that Olympic standard 13:05 pace, which seems to be, I don't want to say take it for granted, but we almost expect it at these events. So Musau has not turned in a 5,000 at the collegiate level yet. 7:38 indoors on that NCAA championship DMR for the Cowboys. So looking very good here.
And even though this field is stretched out and covers quite a distance around the oval, only 31 runners out there. We've seen some of the fields in the 5,000 pushing 40, so a little bit smaller, knowing that this is a hot heat, and a couple of them are not going to be here for the full 12 and a half laps.
Right, and so now Nico takes over the rabbiting duties as we head into 1,600 meters. So Nico at 4:16. So Samuel running very comfortable in second. So look at this collegiate lineup up front.
So does Nico dial it up a little bit? Just it was maybe the way the race was set up, that these runners, these finishers really want the intensity to get a little quicker to set them up better, as Nico Young in the lead.
You know, Phil, you might be onto something, because he did seem to have a bit of an injection in pace. I'm seeing liking in that checkered top, now sitting in fourth.
The former Wisconsin Badger, and also Amos Bartlesmeyer, who really threw down a very impressive mile in recent years. He's running for Nike Union Athletics, wearing the number 7 hip number this evening. But Nico Young, he is a rabbit in this one, not going to finish it out, we do not believe. Wouldn't that be a shocker? And it's happened before.
Yeah. So Nico
checks his watch.
Yeah, maybe that was 63-64. So you may be right. So Liking had a lifetime best last year here at Clay, running 13:27. So, but Nico looking very comfortable up front, and just such an incredible talent, and just the way he's developed and added tools to his game, fantastic to watch.
And if you are a post-collegiate runner, somebody like Bob Liking or Bartlesmeyer, Bryan Barraza, who's been around for a couple years, and you see a young athlete like Nico Young at that level, you have full confidence that he is going to be able to successfully deliver on his rabbiting duties tonight.
Sure. So just get on the train, right? And that's the hard part because the pace is aggressive. So you see Kiprop from Alabama into the mix here. So Kiprop locked in that qualifier at Stanford, running 28:07, and All-American or All SEC indoors, ran 7:50 lifetime best at Valentine. You called that race, Phil. So Kiprop part of that lead group. But right now, you've just got Samuel Musau behind Nico.
And then Bob Liking moved up in the number 4 spot with his checkered uniform top. But he is a strider, too, behind the trio of collegiate runners in the lead right now in the 5,000. The hot heat for the men at Bryan Clay Friday night in Azusa, California.
So Ryan Ford for Zap is starting to move up as well. So Ford is behind. He's behind Kiprop just a bit. And Karami Yego. So those are the two from Arkansas. Yego and Kiprop.
And as soon as he moved up to 4th, Bob Liking drops back a spot. And I know, Kevin, you are a big fan of the Division II ranks, and in this one we have Romain Legendre from Adams State. The Grizzlies, of course, one of the storied programs at any level, and they do have a factor in this, the hot heat of the 5,000 at Bryan Clay.
Yeah, Damon Martin, that's a Division II team that performs like a Division I program. So now you see the separation. So Ford kind of missed the break. You see him there in the Tracksmith Zap outfit. So Kiprop and Yego back just a bit. Near Bartlesmeyer, if I'm not mistaken. So in that kind of chase group with Ford. Now Nico starts to separate out because we're going to be coming into 3,200 here, as we were under 8 minutes through 3K.
And you said 4:16, if I remember right, at the 1,600 mark. So you can see he really did pick up the tempo.
Yeah,
and
Nico,
we're coming down at 8:26, a 4:10 second 1,600.
Yeah, maybe even 28. But yes, you're right. The pace did drop, and the result of that is this gap that you see. Now you've got Samuel and Musau out front. So now it's down. It is a 2-man race here as we're into mile 3.
And I mentioned earlier about Adams State, Romain Legendre. He is in the number now 6 position. He is in that chase group trying to move up, as about 25 to 30 meters of open track between our 2 front runners, Samuel and Musau.
So let's kind of lay this out here. 9 minutes with 4 laps to go. Right on 9 or 9:01. So in history, 10 men have run 13:12 or faster, indoors and outdoors combined. So that is in the cards.
And we just came off a 4:12 second mile.
And the other piece that makes me have some confidence is, one, the resumes of the gentlemen up front, and the fact that there are 2 of them. In addition to the fact that there are 5 giving chase that really aren't that far back. You see these guys. You see the depth right on the screen there.
Habtom Samuel, again, sub 27 minutes in the 10K at the 10 earlier this year.
And, the way that he ran that race, he was almost a no-name in there because it was this pack of 8 or greater for a good portion of the race, and he just cruised on through. So that was the 65-66 last lap. So they may be paying just a bit for Nico's pacing. So I mean, Nico did a fabulous job to set them up for an all-time performance.
And the number 3 spot, the leader of the chase group, Bastian Augusto from BAC Elite. He is wearing hip number 1, but right now he is trying to pull, and the closest man to him, and in the number 4 spot, the D2 runner from Adams State, Romain Legendre. So could this be an all-time D2 record? You got to check that out, where we are in the D2 ranks, as they're looking at a sub-13:20 run tonight for probably our top 4 or 5 competitors, as Samuel and Musau.
You know, so, well, okay, these guys, so Samuel, he's asking for some help. You can see he just kind of waved him through with his right hand, and Musau now to the front. So because, you know, the group is starting to give chase. I don't want to say they're in contact, but that was just a 2:09, 2:10 last 800.
And they're at 11:10 with 2 laps remaining.
So all-time in Division 2.
As Musau and Samuel still leading by about 25 meters over Augusto in 3rd. And now the new number 4 runner, that is Bryan Barraza from Roots Running Project.
So the Division 2 record is under threat. 13:22.64 by Michael Aish of Western, run over 20 years ago. So Aish was a tremendous runner at Western, but that record is in jeopardy.
And there's our lead duo coming to the line for the next to last time. 1 lap to go, and that chase group is closing. Is there enough race left? I don't believe so, but Musau and Samuel, the bell at 12:15.
So, and Musau threw that pace in there. We'll see if Samuel can respond, but look at the chasers. You see it there. They are in contact, but I think you're right, Phil. Look, these two are away.
So not enough race left for 3rd and 4th, but a chance at history in the number 4 spot right now, moving into 3rd from Adams State. We saw Gracie Hyde yesterday in the steeplechase blow away the D2 all-time mark. And up front, it is Samuel and Musau. Romain Legendre in 3rd.
And this is an all-time race at the NCAA level. Look at Samuel go, Phil.
Habtom Samuel from New Mexico. He ran sub-27 at the 10 earlier this year. He is going to get it to the line first, or will he? Musau! Oh, 13-13 it looks like for both of them.
Incredible running on that close. Another gear for Musau.
And it looks like a new D2 all-time record. It goes to Musau at 13:13.29, 0.05 of a second back to Samuel Legendre, 13:16. Breaks a 20-year mark, you said, by 6 seconds.
Augusto steps up from that 1,500-meter distance to run sub-13:20. So he's a guy to keep an eye on as we move through this 2024 season. 13:16.85. Liking 13:19 in the lifetime best. Barraza 13:19, now running for Roots. Quacks,
Theo Quacks, right? Dick Quacks' son,
formerly of NAU. Klinger, the former BYU Cougar. Kiprop, a very impressive NCAA performance in 13:24, right near his PR. Hamlin of Butler. Langon of Villanova. Noakes of BYU. Look at the collegiates.
the first 14